What's up, everybody? I'm George Mossey. So tonight we got a new episode of The Family Chantel. I wasted no time. I actually had to watch the episode twice because people kept texting me. So I want to just jump right in. So this is season 3, episode 2. The Family Chantel, I'm going to jump right in. So the graduation party is where we ended last week, is where we began this week, which actually turned into an interrogation between Chantel's family and Ja, which was kind of warranted because we were kind of left hanging because we actually had no idea what had actually taken place with Winter and Ja, and from what we found out this season, they were back together. We got no explanation. He sort of did explain why he didn't tell her, and keep in mind, guys, this is a 6-year relationship. So, and we also found out in this episode that he had proposed to Winter many years back, and with that proposal, Chantel felt that he should have actually come clean about having a son, and he didn't. So Chantel is actually convinced that Ja is not the right person for her sister, and I kind of agree. Holding something like that back, a secret about a person, a child, is very strange, because a child is someone who's going to be in your life for a long time, forever, for the rest of your life. So to try to start a relationship and a marriage with someone without talking about that, it's literally insane. So at this point, Winter seems fully past the relationship problems, and now they're working on getting Chantel's family and Chantel on board with their relationship and their marriage, apparently, in the future. And this is going to be really difficult. Karen thinks that they need counseling. Chantel agrees. Ja does not think he needs counseling. I think counseling is never something that people think that they need, but it's always helpful. So I think that's a great way to go. If you want to try to work on your relationship, counseling is usually the best way to go, because you need that third-party individual who's going to give you information about your relationship that you might not want to see, or you're going to be able to listen to your partner in ways that you weren't able to before. So after that situation, we find out that Pedro is going to be heading to New York, and he's going on a trip to renew his passport, his Dominican passport, because he doesn't have his green card for the United States. And without that passport, he cannot continue to travel, especially to the Dominican Republic, where Lydia, his mom, and Nicole, his sister, are located. But what we do know, he has family in New York City, and he plans on visiting those family members, as well as Alejandro, who is Nicole's current boyfriend at the time. But his actual plan is to find out information about his father, who he has not met and has not been in his life, and he feels like this family is going to be the best way for him to get a hold of his father and ask him these questions that he just needs to know. Everyone wants to know, why weren't you in my life? What was so important that you couldn't be there? Why did you desert my family and my mother? So Pedro has these questions that he needs to ask, and going to New York is going to be his excuse to get that information out. So we're going to watch and see how that goes. There was a sneak preview that they showed a month ago where it showed a huge fight between Alejandro and Pedro on the streets of New York, when, I kid you not, literally a fist fight on the streets of New York. I don't know when that's going to air. But guys, if you hadn't seen the sneak preview for that, it's pretty intense. It's pretty crazy. You got to tune in and watch that. So the next scene, we see Karen, and she has her new dog. I don't want to say the name of it because I'm going to mess it up. But she has a new dog, and she's on to River. She knows that River is talking to someone on the phone every night in his room, and he's spending a lot of time out with someone. She is already giving him the opportunity to come clean and tell her exactly who it is, because when it comes to Karen, she's going to know who her children are dating, whether it comes through a background check or you just come out and tell her. So it's going to become her business, and it's going to become all of our business, because apparently River is dating Megan, who we talked about last week. We haven't met her on the show yet. She will be coming on the show next episode. And I don't know when she's going to actually meet the whole family, but this is going to be a spectacle, and it's going to be insane. So everybody is really talking about Megan, and that's going to be like the huge, I think, turn of events for this season. Megan and introducing her. So Pedro and Chantel are house hunting. So that's the next thing that we're talking about. And Pedro and Chantel, based on what their actual real estate agent says, they can't agree on anything. Chantel doesn't like certain things Pedro does, and Pedro wants a huge basement that he can convert into an apartment because he wants to move Lydia and Nicole into the basement when they're in town. And Chantel couldn't care less where Lydia and Nicole sleep, let alone whether or not they're going to be in her house. So we're going to keep watching their house hunting journey and see where that ends up. I'm really interested in seeing where they end up because Pedro says he wants a really, really big house. And Chantel just wants something nice that she can be comfortable in and maybe even affordable. So we have to see where they're going to meet in the middle. So the last thing that we found out was Nicole did have her breast enhancement surgery and it went well. She is in a lot of pain and she's being taken care of by her mom, Lydia. And Alejandro is really, really angry with her because apparently he feels like Nicole didn't ask permission from him or ask for his input. I don't want to say permission. She didn't ask for his input on whether or not she should have the surgery. And you have to remember, guys, it's her body, her choice. If she wants to do something like this and she's using her own money to do it, it doesn't really matter how you feel. You just have to be supportive. And I think Alejandro is going to have to learn that. You have to be supportive. And like Nicole said, she said, you're going to enjoy the boobs. You didn't even have to go through any of the pain. You're the winner in this situation. And we're just going to have to see how it goes because this is causing a pretty big rift in the relationship because Alejandro feels that he's told her in the past he doesn't like fake bodies, any type of altered body or fake body part he doesn't like. And he also brought it to the point where he said, I don't want to be seen with someone who has a fake body. So that's pretty intense and crazy. So next week, we're going to see where that situation goes. And I'm really interested in seeing where this season comes to. And we're going to meet the newest cast member of the family Chantel, which is Megan. And as far as I can see, she's an artist. So maybe we will see her and River collaborating. Oh, and I want to shout out to my friend River. My bro, River, he put out some new music. If you guys haven't checked it out, it's called Exodus. It's on all music platforms. Make sure you guys check it out. It's really good. Support him. He's doing amazing things. And I just want all of you to know he is making good music. Check it out. Support everyone. Thank you guys also for supporting me. Thanks for watching the podcast. This is the Family Chantel podcast with your host, George Mossey. And this is season 3, episode 2. I will be with you guys next week. I will actually be live tweeting next week for the show. Make sure you join me. I'll put my Twitter at the bottom. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys all real soon.